All right, clearly everything is still a learning experience, and so I've again picked up some things from our last game. Besides not appointing an heir, and there's our old pal Duke Arn. Another thing I discovered is the reason I can't take Ulster away is because I've reached my domain limit, which is 7. So what I'm going to do, instead of trying to kill the boy, I'm going to commit the territory of Oriel to someone else. And then try to revoke. Sorry, then try to revoke the county of Ulster. So let's see who. I have an 11-year-old son, unfortunately, so why don't I hold off on that until he gets of age? I've got a 10-year truce with Norway right now, and they have a brand new king, so we won't be able to do anything in that direction at the moment. But slowing down time. We should be able to go ahead and take on Perfedwood by ourselves without any other real concern. England is the only neighboring power. They have a Cassis. Okay, they're fighting an embargo war. And there's war going on in Asia Minor that England is involved in. But until I see a major revolt or something like that, I'm not going to attempt to take Powys or those areas. Right, so we are going after Gwynedd for right now. Okay, we could claim it for somebody else, but I'm just going to de jure claim it. And because I had time rolling instead of pausing it, I'm already a step behind. So again, we're going to march all of our guys to Teviotdale. And then we're going to march them to Gwynedd because that's where the enemy is going to be. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and send them now. And I'll send the 901 reinforcements from the county of Oriel behind them. All right, so other things that we can do. It looks like France is fighting a big fight with, I'm not sure who. Oh, the papacy. Okay, that's odd. Our army is slowly, there we go. Now we're going to go and besiege stuff here. They are retreating into England. They will be back, I'm pretty sure. And we can now put the, we can increase the speed because we are sieging stuff. I don't know what Duchess Emir's problem versus the other people was, because she's not the one I got my boats from. At least I don't think she was. Okay, they're sieging Gwynedd again. As soon as we're done sieging out the first part of this, we'll go and beat them up again. I've got a guy with a claim on the, yeah, my current Earl of Gwynedd, inheriting a role from the last Earl of Gwynedd, who manipulated me in order to get the County of Gwynedd for the King of Norway. Okay, I've got righteous imprisonment for, oh, but I like Duke Leaf of Ulster. Duke Leaf. Duke Leaf is cool. And I've decided to stop killing his, decided not to go after his sister. Or her son. Which honestly didn't take much convincing because I didn't really want to kill anybody. But, you know, it's just, I find that the longer you play this game, the more amoral you become. Okay, I am not thrilled with the whole process. They've gotten much further on in their siege than I think they should be at. So I'm going to go get them. And in the process of going and getting them, that was all I needed to do. All right. Okay, evidently I took over that land. I wasn't expecting it to come to me quite like that. So I need to give this away to somebody. Is there anybody out there? So I've already got a guy who's got a claim here on Orkney. I guess my next would be going back to Iceland again. If I remember correctly, there weren't any good claimants for Iceland. I mean, there's this lady. That might work. I don't know if I have any single bachelor guys I could get to trigger that. I'm also not sure that, I would find the right single bachelor guy to make that work. Well, let's see if there's something more direct I can do. I mean, I would like a claim on Iceland, but Iceland is not the only place, that we could theoretically get. For instance, we could look at the Duchy of Finnmark here. Okay, 51-year-old spymaster he doesn't even have a strong claim. I think this is the lady we were looking at before. Okay, Duchy of Finnmark, claimants. Yeah, she still won't do it. Okay. Other things we could look at. Denmark looks pretty put out. Let's see. They still have this really strong and single queen. Whoop, we got a phone call. Looks like we're going to be cutting this one a little short. Hey, Mom. Okay, sorry about that. Let's see here. What's going on? There's a Dutch revolt going on, and so this guy has a weak claim on the county of Jutland. The county of Jutland is currently ruled by a woman, so that would actually be good enough for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to invite him over. And I'm going to disband the army. I'm letting the clock tick. And I'm going to have to, unfortunately, I'm going to have to cut this episode off early. I've got called away to something. That was the phone call earlier. Okay, excellent. So now he's here at our court. Our court's gotten smaller as you've sort of weeded it out. You are the person with the claim on Gilland. So you are the person we are going to grant the title of the Welsh title. Oh, dang it. I screwed this up. I screwed this up. Yep, yep. I screwed this up. I should have tried to marry him off to the woman from Finnmark before I sent him to the county. Because now I can't do that. Unless I was to make him something significant. Maybe Spy Master? No, I have a decent Spy Master who I really need to get out of Paris. Because you're not going to be there anymore. Hmm. Is there any way I can get this woman in Finnmark? Is there any way to get her over? I mean, I guess I could target her mother. That's right, we're feasting anyway. Okay, Marshal Gilchrist, go hunt. Duchy of Gwynedd. I don't need to create Duchy of Gwynedd just yet. Okay, so here she is. Now, this should not work. Okay, well, no dice there. But we can go to war in Denmark now. So, all right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to complete the feast. As everyone turns me down. Is she a warrior lady? She only has Marshal of 13. Back to my court. Really don't know what to do to get her to court necessarily. Although I can just press this woman's Iceland claim and then press somebody else's claim against her. Oh, good. King Brian and Duke Brian become close friends. Is Duke Brian the drunkard? Of course it is. Okay, we should be getting close to the end of the feast now. Not in punishing. We need to do something about the Gavelkind faction. Okay, it's led by a guy who theoretically likes us. Oh, I know she hates this. Well, there's a whole lot of that going on. All right, as soon as the feast ends, we'll have to cut away. But we have set up the next war, which will be the war against Denmark, or at least the Danish revolt for Jylland, which will give us an entryway into Denmark to continue our revenge against the Viking peoples. So that's what we're going to be doing. I'm also going to we're 2 years away from my son coming of age. I'm going to give him Oriel to open up space in my domain. And then we'll try to revoke Ulster from the Queen of France, so we don't have to worry about that. And with that being said, I'll see you guys next time. Take care.